Yo Wagwan, hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a song at home in this video series. Really, this is part one. In this video, this particular one, I'm going to be showing you how to create an R&B trap beat. We're going to be breaking down the beat that basically ends up as the song that will be at the end of this series. I believe I'll give you a preview of the song right about now. I don't know if it will be out while you're watching this. It might do, it might not. It's called Hill. It's my latest song. It's a bit rough to be honest, but through making this I've learned a lot about things that I won't do again, things that I would do again, and I'm gonna make a few more songs and then I'm gonna create a template and then make that available for you to download so you can make this process even easier. But I want to give you an overview of the process of making a song at home from scratch, from nothing, from creating your own beat to recording the song, creating melodies, mastering the song, mixing the song, all that sort of stuff. So let me give you a peek of the actual song and then we'll get into the actual beat behind it. Okay, while that loads, if you don't know who I am, I'm J Carteret from jcarteret.com, teaching you how to be better at music, online business, and online marketing. There we go, that is loaded right about now. This is the #1 spot for musicians and creatives that don't want to be starving artists. So if that sounds like you, definitely click that subscribe button and check out the rest of the content on the channel. But when this song is out, it's coming out on Valentine's Day, you'll be able to stream it. There'll be a Spotify link in the description down below. I guess I'll make a link, jcarteret.com/Spotify, just to make it easier. Follow me on Spotify so you can be the first person to listen to my latest release and basically see what's up, see what I'm doing. But let me play you the one. I'll basically play you a minute of this so you can kind of get what we're getting to and you get what we're breaking down. But the link will be in the description, even if it's not out when this video comes out. It will be out definitely after, so I'll leave that there.
Got a small place, safe for you in my head. Loving you is too taxing, too expensive. Maybe we'd be better off as friends instead. Or is that a lie we tell ourselves so this won't end quick? Oh, tell me how I make you feel. We got a good thing going on, so please don't change the deal. Living in your own reality won't make it real, no. Is it me or just my sanity you're trying to kill? Tell me. Every time I get away, something just keeps bringing me back. Yeah, we know we've seen better days and somehow we think we can go back. But we can't, damn. Loving you is like a hill. Yeah, every time I run up, I fall back for real. Yeah, when the sun is up, I'm in your shade. Yeah. Promise that you'll change and never change. Yeah.
Alright, so give me a second. Had to go get some water. But yeah, let's get into the beat breakdown now. Basically, if there's any part of anything in this series that you want me to go more in depth into, then please leave a comment down below. And question of the day is, what do you want to learn about more, songwriting or music production? Let me know. So this is the beat that I'm using for this song. It was originally called Money Machine, but now I'm changing it preemptively to Hill, basically. So on my beat catalog and all that sort of stuff, it'll be called Hill. You can still use it if you want to and make a song over it if you like the beat. So we do not have a lot of elements in this song actually. Like it's a very basic song, which makes it really easy when it comes to mixing, to be honest. It's got the main melody. You've heard the song, so I don't think I need to definitely go through the beat, but let me just play it and break down what we've got here up until basically the chorus where everything comes in, and then I'll go through every element of the beat and, you know, the omnisphere patches and that sort of stuff. So here we got the chorus melody, then we got the verse melody, which is the chorus melody that has also got halftime on it. I don't know if I can continue playing this with ozone on it. I might need to turn that off because my CPU is looking mad. Then we got these vocals in the background, which I believe we got from Arcade, and that also has halftime on it. We got the rim, which is just a rim that I basically use in every beat. Then we got some hi-hats, some snares, a perk, and the 808 for the second bar of that verse. Here we've got the synth and a ARP that also has halftime on it, and just the verse melody. And then here we've got a kick that's new, and everything else has been hit here before. So we got the ARP. All right, that's going to be a dramatic volume decrease. So sorry about that. From now on, I guess I'll just make the volume louder so it's not harder to hear, basically. But let's go through the different elements. Let's start with the chorus melody, which is Omnisphere patch. So let me unlock these so that you can actually hear what's going on. And let's bring this to pattern. And here, this is the chorus melody, but I believe it will be an octave higher, as I like to do. But these are just basically chords. So we've got C, E flat, G, which is a C, I don't know, it's a C chord, isn't it? It's a C chord, but it's got E flat because of we're in G harmonic minor. That was what I picked for this. And then we've got a melody that goes on top, a counter melody that goes with these chords. But if you just look at it from here, it's basically just these chords, and then I've gone up an octave with the middle note, and then moving around to see what's a good melody, basically. But let's play it back. It's a pretty nice melody. I like this melody. So obviously up here gets a little bit more complex, but it's basically just hitting the same note again and again, and it sounds like there's a lot going on, but we're just moving up a few notes here and there and trying to keep it simple, but it brings your ear many places, so it sounds very, very interesting. So the chords we have here, I believe this is a G. This isn't a G chord. This is a C chord, right? Let me quickly check. Yeah, this is a C chord. Then we got, yeah, this is a D chord. This is, I believe this is is that B flat? Yeah, B flat. Then we've got G, which is the actual 1 chord. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1. That's our chord progression, basically. So here we basically create the melody, we create the chords. I've got videos on how to create chords and how to create melodies that I've already done in depth, so definitely check those out if you need that in-depth instruction, and you'll get a lot of knowledge out of that, and you'll see how I come up with melodies and how I create them and how I turn them into melodies and all that sort of stuff. So this is basically what I was working with. It looks a bit more complex down there, but really I was working with this, and then I copied this over and then just made some slight adjustments to have some alterations. So I just did a 4-bar loop, basically chords, and then, you know, up from the middle note, go to another note, and just go all the way to the next chord. So I'm kind of moving down to the top note in that chord, and then basically, you know, you just keep on messing around until you got a good melody in it. Like, that's the best way I can explain that without going super in depth and teaching you music theory. But definitely check out those videos in, I think it's how to create an ambient melody and how to create chord progressions. And next, we basically, for the verse melody, let me quickly show you what this patch is, just in case you're interested and you've got Omnisphere and you want to use Omnisphere. Hopefully FL Studio doesn't crash on me for trying to do this. So this is Chell's Bells. I think I went in the bells and vibes section, but yeah, Chell's Bells. And then basically what I did was I pitched this up. So originally this was, I believe it was down octave. Yeah. So what I did was I pitched it up, and then I added some RC20 on that, smacked some RC20 on there, bitch, and added added some EQ. Like everything's already EQ'd because I'm using my template, my RnB Trap mixing template. I'll leave a link in the description to that if you want to grab that. But basically with this template, as soon as I bring something in, it's got these EQs and stuff on it. So if I was to turn off the effects from that, this will sound a little bit different. It'll sound like this. And that's a lot of high end and stuff that I really don't need for a main melody like this. I really want it to be mid. I really want it to be present in the middle of my mix. I don't really want it to be taking up the high end. I want other stuff like the vocals and pads that come in the chorus and stuff like that to take up the high end of the mix. And we obviously don't want this taking up the low end because that's where our bass is. So with these EQs, I believe I've walked through this whole template before, so go and check that out. My mixing tutorial should be out by now, and you'll basically see all the EQs that I'm using on everything. But I don't want to make these videos so long, so I don't want to do that here, but I'll give you a quick look. It's basically a band pass. I'm cutting off the low end to about 118, about 120, and then up here we're cutting off the high end to about 2,900 hertz. And then I think this EQ is just a steeper cut to 1,700 and to 158, I believe. So we cut it once, we cut it another time, and then we add RC20. We just fiddle through the presets and whatnot. We add on halftime in order to get our verse melody. So let's listen to the chorus melody first, which we also pitched down. Oh, maybe I didn't pitch it down this time. Maybe I was like, yo, that sounds pretty good, let's not pitch it down.
This is called rape.
Oh no, I know what I did. I half-timed the main chorus melody this time. Usually I'll leave it, but because I half-timed it, there was no need to pitch it down, because halftime does pitch it down, so I still needed to move it up an octave. So that's how you use halftime and effects like that. Basically, I half-timed it once and then I half-timed it again to get the verse melody. And how you do that is you just play the chorus melody back with halftime on. Basically just turn on the effects again. And because you've already, bounced it down to audio and turned it into an audio file, now you're feeding that back into the same channel. When you use halftime again, it's going to halftime it 2 times basically, because you've already half-timed it once. So at that point, you go from this to this. Which sounds like I'm just playing chords and maybe just adding a little note here and there, but I've just used one melody and half-time it twice. And it sounds like we're doing 2 different things. So there's variation in the verse and the chorus. There's more energy in the chorus, there's less energy in the verse, which is what you want so that you can build up to the chorus. And personally, I like my songs with a verse first so it can build into the chorus, and then you have another verse that adds more to the story, and then you build into the chorus again, but shine a light on it from a different road basically. But we'll talk more about that when we get to songwriting. So here we have, I've just shown you the verse melody and the chorus melody. It's basically the same patch. So let's go to the next thing, which is the chord up, which is basically the same notes, and we put it into the chord up channel in my RnB Trap template. And then this patch, let's see what it is. I don't remember what it is, but Omnisphere might crash my whole system, so hope for the best. But I know, like, knowing the patches and stuff is going to be very useful to you, so I want to give you that information. So this is Astral Visions 1. It's a patch that I have definitely starred and favorited and I like to use, and this is what it sounds like. That's with EQ basically. With nothing, it sounds like this. Just got a little bit more movement in the high end, and it hits a lot harder in the high end, which is what I don't want. So we basically used the bandpass, got rid of all of that, and half-timed it, added some RC20 yet again, and what we ended up with was this. Like, it sounds a little bit creepy, but also light-hearted. Like, it doesn't sound like it's coming to murder you, if you get what I'm saying. Like, but it sounds kind of like the type of thing you'd hear in a horror thing at some point. Like, one of the notes gets you there, and then the rest of it like resolves quickly enough that the tension isn't too much. But I like this chord up basically. We didn't have to pitch it down or anything. Really, I should have set the transient to crossfade, but I didn't, so there's no point doing it now because I've already made a song and all that sort of stuff. But generally you want to set this to crossfade when you're turning things into audio files. If you don't know how to do that, you basically, you know, get the pattern, you select it like so, and then you press Control Alt and C, and then a dialog window will pop up and give you the option to bounce this down. You do want to make sure that you choose the region that you're actually bouncing down, otherwise you might accidentally bounce something down for the whole song or something, and that'll be really, really annoying. Also, make sure that it's not muted when you're doing this, because obviously if it's muted, your audio is not going to come through. So basically, I bounce it down to 24 bits. I probably should be using 32-bit float, but you know, it's not that deep, and you want to cut remainder in that, so it's a clear loop basically, and then you click start and that's bounced down. So I'm giving you a fair few amount of tips here. Let's move on through the rest of the beat. Like, the next melodic element we have is the arcade, which is a vocal sample. Hoping that this doesn't crash my system. So vocal sample from Windstorm. I'm not even gonna go in there, but I've just set it to G minor, and then I believe there was some halftime added. Yep. So there was EQing done, RC20, Seventh Heaven reverb, and then some halftime just to get where it needed to be, and this is what that sounds like. It's quite low in the mix. Alright, that's that. And then we got the rim, which is basically just on every third bar, I believe. You know how rims and claps go. Like, this isn't anything. Well, if you're a super beginner, then maybe you don't know this, so let me not say that. Alright, so it's basically here till the end of all the bars. That's that. And then we've got a snare, which only comes in the chorus, and it's hitting the exact same place, but it just brings a lot more oomph to it. So I like to do that in the chorus, and I like to have the rim by itself in the verses, just so the verses have a little less energy and the clap isn't smacking you in the face. Then we've got the hi-hat, which we've got a hi-hat roll here, and it goes like this. And that is the hi-hats. Then we've got the snares, which basically just swing everything like in the drums around to the next clap basically. So it really doesn't make sense without the context of the clap, but you'll hear it in the beat, innit? Next, we've got the open hat, which basically just comes just before the clap. Then we've got a perk that comes just after the clap. And we've got the 808s, which basically follow the bass notes of the song. So it basically follows the bass notes, but obviously I've moved, like, where you move the notes is really what creates the bounce of the songs. So, but you also want to use the melody and let that dictate where the bounce should go. So you kind of got to just feel it and hope for the best. But I do have a tutorial on drum programming that goes into more depth. Definitely check that out, and I'll give you some more strategies to basically get your drums sounding good enough pretty much every time. So next, the kick is basically following the 808, but I believe there are small change ups. Like, I think that might be a change up. But that's boring. I don't need to go through that. You don't need to hear the kick by itself. So there we go. I've gone through everything in the beat. I can play it back to you one more time before we move on to the next step, so that you know exactly what we're working with. The next step in the chain is recording vocal melody. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And we're going to be breaking down how I got to the vocal melody that you hear in the song. But remember, there will be a link to listen to the song on Spotify in the description. And yeah, I'll play the beat basically, and I guess that's the end of the video. And in the next video, we're going to go into vocal recording. So check out the beat. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know, answer the questions and all that sort of stuff in the comment section down below. Let me know what you want me to dive deeper into, or any other tutorials or videos you want me to make. If you're a producer, there are free loops in the description. If you're a artist, there are free beats in the description. Take your pick. Take your pick. But yeah, let me play this beat out, and then I'll see you in the next video. I might as well fling on my tags though, because there might be some, you never know. You never know. Let's play it. Ah, we're not in song mode. My bad. My bad. This is called Raid Cooking. Oh, and by the way, this is the type of beat that Post Malone would be on, because I'll probably put that in the title. So sorry, I forgot to mention it until now. Totally slipped my mind, but yeah, it's like a Post Malone vibe type thing, basically. See you in the next video. Peace out.